Welcome to the Tearing It Up podcast. I'm your host, Taryn. We'll be tearing it up, tearing it down, and tearing it apart, dissecting all things related to those who deviate from the standard. From leaders of their industry to leaders of mediocrity, and maybe a gear review or two thrown in. We shoot the shit and let the conversations flow, so if that's not your style, this may not be for you. Otherwise, listen in. Hope to light a fire in you somehow.
Got it.
Here we go. Tug is here too. Just snuggling away. He probably won't say too much. Big yawns.
Huge yawn.
I got piggies at my feet, and then this little snuggle bug here. But like I said, Andrew's due home anytime, so I'll probably jump up and go running around. And I've got a bunch of stuff plugged in, like all my accessories, my mic and camera, and so I just feel like as soon as they take off, like my whole setup here is gonna go into shambles.
What are you using for video recording? Is it just your laptop or?
It was, so I got a webcam. I'd been on the fence. I really wanted one. And I actually
I wish I could pet him right now. He's so freaking cute.
No, he's so snuggly. But I actually tried to cancel the order for this webcam because I then decided to try and sell like my current GoPro because that's what I had used in the past, and it just doesn't work at all anymore as a webcam. I mean, it still works wonderfully for video and picture and all that, but it just isn't working with Windows 11 well and Zoom. And that's not what they were like made for anyway. So anyways, I was like, well, maybe I should just get a real fucking webcam. And then my friend convinced me, who works she just got a job at GoPro. Actually, she didn't really convince me. I just talked to her and like asked her some questions, and she was talking about the new one, and then I read that like no one is having issues with the webcam with the new one. So I'm like, wait, I'm gonna cancel this fucking webcam order and try and sell my old one, and maybe I could put that towards just a newer GoPro. So I go through like customer support to cancel this order, which was still online. It said processing, and they're like, once it ships we can't cancel it. But I'm like, yeah, it said processing for like days now. And then as sure as shit, as soon as I cancel it the next day, I get an email like, oh, it shipped. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Like, going through the canceling process probably just pushed it through the queue to like finish the processing. I didn't open it for like a week because I was like, I'm just gonna send it right back. But then today I was just like, well, no one's biting for my GoPro, and I was still unsure of, like, even though the new GoPro supposedly works as a webcam seamlessly right now with Windows 11, like as soon as there's an update with something, it might not work. So it's like, why don't I just see what this one's all about? But I don't know.
I might take you up on that GoPro.
Yeah, I mean, I love it so much. I love to make all sorts of content. It's all waterproof as it is nowadays. You don't have to have like the whole big plastic case. So yeah, the only reason I was getting rid of it because I was just gonna try and upgrade. But like I said, I was just like, is upgrading gonna solve my issues? But I just really wanted it to be. I was stuck to the all-in-one idea, having one device that could do the streaming, like webcam, and do all the video and stuff from it. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. But this is the first use of this Logitech webcam, and when I first take it out of the box and put it on Zoom, I was doing some testing earlier. I'm like, what the fuck? The picture is like not any better. Then I went to the Zoom settings after reading some stuff and changed it to HD in the video. And I was like, oh my God, like, is that all I needed to do with my computer too?
Oh, shit.
So it looked really similar when I did that, but then tonight with like the lighter or darker light, you can definitely tell a major difference from the camera to like what's on my computer. But look, you got a buddy too.
I know. Your video actually looks really good.
Yeah. So, and I turned it off to see how it looked in the evening with the HD just off the webcam on my laptop, and like I had huge difference with the external webcam for sure in this light. In the daytime I didn't notice it as drastically, but in the nighttime right now I was like, holy shit, this is like such good picture.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
But anyways, yeah, so it's been what, 2 weeks since we talked now? Yeah.
Hey, pretty good. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
Yes, totally, totally. Because
Yeah.
we knew that we were gonna maybe have like a week gap because we were both pretty busy this last week. Oh, there goes my buddy. Um, so yeah, just a busy work week, and then the wrestling season started for
You can crack your beer now.
oh yeah, I could reach for that lighter. uh oh, oh
Got it.
no, it wasn't the dogs wrecking everything, it's me. Mic down. Can you hear them crying?
No, not
Okay,
too much.
okay, that's good, just because they sound so loud to me. But
Your
um
audio changed a little bit.
probably maybe just because I adjusted positions.
Ooh, that's hot.
Um, oh, there we go. So yeah, busy work week with holidays and shit coming up, and then the wrestling season started for the whole Truckee Wrestling Club, which is like 4-year-olds to high school. Like the high school is its own entity, but we still all we're just kind of on the same schedule. So I've been trying to coach for that. So it's like if I'm not working until 6, then I'll go to wrestling practice, and that could go anywhere between 6 and 8 o'clock. Um, so busy fucking week, and then I filmed a
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, you did.
All right, I did not film a movie whatsoever, but
You were like totally a character.
so I felt like it, for
Mhm.
sure. It's they kept well, they didn't keep asking us, but a couple different times people would ask, like, oh, has anyone ever done this? And it's like, no, you put out an ad for people like in town to be extras, like volunteer too. So I'm pretty sure no one's ever done this, but it was just a full day really of sitting around. Um,
Mm.
and I kind of, on one hand, was like, dang, I wish there was a little more detail put out beforehand of exactly what the day would look like. But on the
Yeah.
other hand, like, it wouldn't have affected my decision because I brought my computer in case I could do some work, and I did a little bit of work for an hour and a half or 2 hours in the morning. And then they brought us like to the set. But once we got to the set, there was still a lot of fiddling
Tweaking.
around, yep, practicing stuff, figuring out who they needed, what they needed, and doing the lighting. And then they had to go on like a mandatory lunch break. They were very set rules of when like they have to do a lunch break 5 hours after they start. So it's not just like they have to do a lunch break. They have a specific time of when they needed to do it based on when they started. So we're in there and they're getting things set up, and then they're like, okay, we have to take lunch. So we're like, oh fuck, okay. And there was, I don't know, maybe 5 other gals and a couple of guys. It was really not a lot of people on the day that I was there. And we all went over to this restaurant that was in the village because it was being filmed at Palisades Tahoe in one of the restaurants. So we went to a different restaurant and we all took a shot and had a beer.
Right.
Because we were all kind of a little nervous. It was getting
Yeah.
closer to when we were supposed to, you know, action
Yeah.
started, and no one really still knew like what the heck we were gonna do. Like, does anyone speak, or like what are we just
Yeah.
gonna be sitting there in the
Do we
background?
look at each other? What do we
Yeah,
do with our eyes?
totally. Yeah. What do we do? What do we do? So after lunch, we go back to the set. They're still figuring things out, but that's when we start. Uh, they start placing us, and I did see the two producers that I knew, and chatted a little bit with them, and that was nice. So then one of them is like, "Hey, Taryn, why don't you come here and like be this person at the bar?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I get to like sit next to her. But not how it happened really at all. It was me and another gal. We had just had seats at the bar, and we we just fake talked
Mhm.
and it took like 5 or so takes, which I'm sure isn't very long in the grand scheme, but it was pretty awkward just trying to fake talk and like look at each other, and like I don't know what to do with my hands, except I do use my hands a lot when I talk anyway, so I didn't feel like it was excessive, but God, there's no sound at all. I mean, so it's really hard to go about it, and I'm like, does this fucking even look real
Wait, what do you mean
whatsoever?
there's no sound? Like you guys can't talk?
No, no. So the actor was talking, so um but all the extras are just, yeah, mulling
Pretend
around.
talking.
Yep, pretend talking.
Mouthing.
Yes.
Mouthing.
Yep.
Pretend mouthing. Oh my
And
God.
like literally no sound coming out, like not even trying to whisper or anything. So yeah, I was just like, does it even look like our conversation is real whatsoever? I wish we could have had some practice where we could have come up with something to at least talk about, you
Yeah.
know? Um, and but again, no one knew where they were gonna be just from the time being on the set. Like our positions and roles kind of changed quite a few times. So there's very
Oh my
much
God. You could have totally mouthed your confession that you killed somebody. And it would be like you told somebody, but you didn't tell anyone, and you could
Yep.
still take that secret to the grave.
Yeah, totally. I'd feel good like I got it out, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. I mean, not that you killed anybody that I
well, now
know.
you've really blown it for me. So I did feel good about it. And then I don't know
Yeah.
what happened to this camera. But yeah, so it was cool. There was a couple people that I felt like were not that pleased with their experience. But I was pretty pleased. I'm so fucking bummed and upset at myself though because I did not get a picture with her. I
Bummer.
know. So I saw her at the like
Did you
she
talk to her at all?
yeah, just a little bit just about like exactly what was happening because I had a hat on, my lovely yellow hat, and another gal who was my like buddy at the bar, she had a hat on too, and she was just like, okay, well your leaders are probably gonna have to take your hats off, and then she I had a red flannel on, a red and black flannel, and that just definitely was pretty bright compared to like what everything else was. So I changed my coat. But she said something about it, like, oh, you might have to change that. Do you have another like a sweater or anything else or whatever? Then we went to lunch and I saw her and I was like, hey, I have a couple other options. Here they are. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, that was probably my fucking time where I could have been like, and I'm a huge, huge fan. Can I get a picture?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, the day that I went, people just randomly had found out about the filming by either like so one of the directors or producers rather owns a movie theater in town, and one of the gals who was an extra works at a leather shop that's right next to the movie theater, so he asked her and she brought some friends. Another friend told this other lady. Anyway, everyone's like, oh, how did you know about it? I was like, because I fucking love Katie Burrell.
Yeah.
And I have been following her, and like I had a feeling something was going to be happening in Tahoe, and I've just been watching like a hawk, and then my opportunity came and I pounced on it.
Yeah,
But
girl.
there were several, I mean there's lots of other film days. There's still film days up until like almost mid-December into mid-December. So um I've seen people I know like post about being extras as well and stuff. So there's plenty of people who
Yeah.
know about her and did the movie. It was just interesting on my day that no one I was with knew of her.
Mm.
But yeah, so I was like, this is a great opportunity. She's probably thinking on this day, like no one even knows who she is. And I fucking blew it. I fucking blew it, Amber.
Blew it, man.
I'm hoping
Damn it,
that
Taryn.
I'm hoping I'll get an email about another opportunity for one of these other
Yeah.
days.
Then you can
And
invite her on the podcast and
yeah,
then we can
totally.
interview somebody.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, she seemed nice. Obviously, it was just all work because she's a director of it. So there was no other time I could have asked her to this pull her to the side. Like when they cleared me to leave for the day, she was gone. I heard her say like, "Oh, we're gonna go like to the room or something. We'll be back like literally like 10 or 15 minutes. And it was shortly after that they told me I could go. I was like, oh my God, what do I do? Do I like stay and wait and try and catch her at the door coming back in? Like, hey, so my day's done here, but can I have a picture?
Yeah.
And I was like, I just gotta go. I can't be a little creep, but I should have been. I have no idea how much I was going back and forth in my head, like starting to walk out to my truck and stopping. Like, should I just turn around? Like, should I run back in there? Like, pretend I forgot my coat or something, or
Yeah.
I don't know. But I did not do that, and I regret it. But
Bummer.
yeah, but like I
There
said,
will be another chance, another
I know,
option.
and that's funny. That's what Hillary said too, and I'm like, but I don't know. I don't know if there will be. Maybe at the
Yeah.
premiere in a year. I'm not sure when it will come out though, and I still wasn't sure for a minute what even kind of movie it was. Like if it was one of her short films, but I think it's actually a full-length feature film.
Sick.
A ski,
Moving on
yeah,
up in the real world.
totally
No,
a ski
from
rom-com.
reels to movies or
Yeah,
like shorts to movies.
yeah. So, we'll see. I'll keep stalking it. It's called Weak Layers. I know that. And so I bet there'll
Like
be
base layers and stuff? Or is it like an in the window kind of a thing?
well, I don't know if it's like about the snow, like the layers of the snow being weak, like
Oh,
a pun in that, or how else it's all gonna tie
yeah.
together. But super,
Interesting. I love
yeah,
it.
can't wait to see it, that's for sure. And I hope I'm
Okay.
actually in it. We were watching stuff go on and we're like, wait, did we just get fucking cut? Did our spot just get cut? And then we noticed the cameras in different positions and stuff. We're like, oh, okay. I think maybe they're just doing several shots in several different areas and they'll meld it all together for the perfect
Yeah.
combo. Because again, like none of us know how the fuck this works.
How
So
it works. I don't even think that at the time of recording anybody knows how it works until they get all this footage and
yep,
then cutting it all together.
exactly. So I think that's what was happening.
After that, you had an event for work.
Oh yeah, immediately after. Just a event we do yearly. We do an Avalanche education series. It's 3 events and they're just a couple hours long. So this is the second of the 3. They go on at a local brewery. There's some speakers from the different organizations in town. We have nonprofit organizations that are beneficiaries from this event. So there's always a huge raffle. There will be things like skis or airbag backpacks or
Yeah.
just some big prizes, then a bunch of little ones from the sponsors, and all the proceeds from the raffle tickets purchased go to one of the nonprofits. Each nonprofit gets their own event, and then again a couple people from the brands themselves will speak. Like this one was trip planning and airbags, so we had somebody from the Sierra Avalanche Center talk and do a little video presentation, and then one of our reps from this brand called Ortavox, he spoke and talked about their specific airbag technology and the new airbag they have coming out. And then our next event is a avalanche rescue tips and tricks or something like that. So they're definitely not in any kind of place of your actual airy avalanche courses. They can be refreshers for sure for people who have done it before. Just get your mind kind of in that
Headspace.
Yep, exactly. And for people who are interested in getting into the backcountry, it's kind of that intro of like, hey, it's a lot of information, but you need to know even more to actually do this. But I feel like it's a way to get people interested. Potatoes.
Rice quick or
Um choosing my dinner side. But yeah, just a way to get people interested to the backcountry and learning a little bit about it, but definitely stressing that like this is not a course. Like do not use just this information to go out. You still need to go get learn a lot more. But they're super cool. They're fun. They're my favorite events of the year because they're just interactive. Everyone's excited because it's like the beginning of the season. But sometimes we don't even have any snow. This year we do have snow and people have been out. We don't have like a lot or anything. We had one or a couple decent storms, but that have enabled people to get out there, but it's not crazy killer conditions or anything. But just it gets everyone pumped up for the season, and so I love them.
Yes. Yeah. Crystal opened up. Mission Ridge opened up.
When did Crystal open? Last weekend?
Crystal opened, this last weekend.
Yeah, quite a few are open down here too. And like North Star Palisades opened this weekend too. I think North Star opened last weekend. I can't remember. I blend everything together, but also I don't have a pass anywhere, so
same here.
Don't really care.
Yeah.
And it, for the most part, it's kind of fine since my shop is a backcountry only shop. I don't feel as bad that I should know. Like, I mean, because we know people are going to ask the questions, but when I'm feeling really snarky, I'm like, I don't know. We sell backcountry gear. Like, we are not affiliated with the resorts whatsoever, and we don't even sell resort skis. So why should I know what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
But like, how'd you get here? How'd you find out about this place? Do the same process to find out if the resort's open. Put it in your phone.
Yep.
But I am. Oh, so guess who? Did you know that Bruiser's in this area?
I saw him post something the other day saying that he was at a resort down in Tahoe skiing, and I was like, the fuck?
Yeah, he moved to Grass Valley, so they're not far from me at all. So my brother's good pal from high school moved down, and it was just such a, I don't know, just so crazy when people move close to you in a very random tiny town. Because not a lot of people came to Truckee. No, like a group of us from Washington specifically to ski, but for any other reason, it was like, what? So he just messaged me today, and he's, are you still in Truckee? Like, let's get together, and like, where do you like to ride? Well, I don't have a pass anywhere, but hopefully we can meet up sometime and either do something in the backcountry, or maybe I'll be able to swing a day pass somewhere and meet up with him. But I mean, I think he's down here for a committed amount of time.
Nice. So. Like a contract with a hospital or something.
Yeah, exactly that. Or I can't remember exactly what he's doing, but I think it is with a hospital. But I'm pretty sure he's doing psychology stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. But anyways, I just am so excited for the winter for sure. I just want to get out there, like a broken record of saying every year I say I'm gonna get out in the backcountry like more and more, and then I go like twice a year or something.
Life gets lifey, man.
It does. Even last year, like not having a pass, that's my only option. I have to do that, and same thing this year. But we'll see. It's just you start to think about the time that it takes of just like, oh, okay, it's not a couple hours, but sometimes it is. I mean, but to do some fun, good stuff, it's a full committed day, and I'm just so tired and unmotivated all the time that on my day off, it doesn't sound like the best thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I need to do some laundry and I'm like behind on chores.
Absolutely. It's so fucking stupid and annoying.
It's so fucking stupid and annoying.
I was having a conversation about that today. As I text my friend who I haven't seen. I see her, I feel like once a month. It's just so hard for us to get together. I'm like, oh my God, I just wanted to text you and say hi because I just miss you, and I wish it wasn't so hard for us to get together. I really wish there were just more hours in the day is what it comes down to, because now too, even thinking about winter for me and helping with the wrestling team, I'm just like, dude, if I would really not be home until like 8 o'clock every day, except for maybe Mondays if I fully committed and went to wrestling practice, like stayed from the high school to the little kids, or went to the little kids after work. I'm like, God, I can't be like not get home till 8 or 8:30 every single night and not go to bed until like 10, not eat dinner until 9. But I'm
Yeah.
like, how do people do it? I mean, we did that. We wrestled 3 times a week and didn't get home, just eat dinner until like 8:30. I'm like, fuck, how do parents do it? How do you do it, Amber?
I don't know. I do not even know. I worked 2 doubles last week and I made it and I did it and I couldn't believe it, but it happened.
Yeah, I mean, I feel so guilty just not spending time with my dogs, even if I'm not getting them outside, just being here, like
Yes.
working from home Monday and Tuesday.
Giving them your attention.
Yeah, just being around, I feel so much better. And then, yeah, I'm like, how the fuck would I do this on the days that, yeah, Andrew and I both work, and then at 6:15 I leave work and go straight to wrestling practice till 8 o'clock. Like what the
Yeah.
what do they do? And then just to expect Andrew to go home straight after work on those days, isn't really. I don't know. I was gonna say it's not fair, but that's what you do, I guess, right? Is
Yeah.
have a plan of like, okay, on Wednesdays and Thursdays, this is my personal commitment, so that's when I need you to show up and be home.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of communication and a lot of scratching each other's backs and a lot of it takes a village, and like I don't know how single parents do it. Like luckily I have someone, even though I get so fucking annoyed by the someone.
Yeah.
And feel like that person's mother sometimes too. But man, I don't know what I would do if I were actually a single mother.
And you're not even, well, I can't say you're not in the thick of it. Having a 6-year-old is thick, but or 7?
7.
He just turned 7.
Yeah.
But
a little bit easier at 7, yeah.
When you get to, if he does get involved in after school activities and sports at this age, it's harder because they are in the evening. It's not right after school, like in middle school or high school where they go to practices right after, and you're like, cool, I just have to pick you up at 5 or something. Now I have extra hours to myself. Like, I gotta go get you from school. We have to kill a couple hours. Then we go back to like the Boys and Girls Club or rec center or something for a 6 o'clock practice or whatnot. I'm just like, holy cannoli, man. Or multiples, right? Like,
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know how people do it. You would have
like,
to have like a snack bar in your car at all times, man.
Yeah, I just always try to think back to my childhood and what it was like. And I mean, it's still, I was the kid, so I have no real good reference. And it was like wrestling practice, and that was a good chunk of months out of the year for sure. 3 times a week, then Saturday, tournaments all day. A lot of times it was traveling for them, so that meant we left either Friday night or Friday morning, didn't get back till like Sunday. I'm like, God, my parents did not have a life outside of us.
Yeah, for real.
And I feel trapped with just my dogs at times. So it's easy when you can just take them out, and that's what the bummer with Piglet's knee was. It got to the point with socks where it was just older and his hips weren't as good, where I could take Piglet out split boarding and not socks. And now with Piglet's knee, it's like just gonna be the same fucking thing where I could take Tug for a bike ride or split board and not really want to take Piglet because I wouldn't want him to be in pain. And that's just so sad separating them. So I just opt for like not taking either. And I'm like, I want them out. And it's just fuck.
Yeah.
I just wish I could talk to them and understand, tell them I love them so much. But anyway, it's just hard to do all the things. It's a never ending conversation. I'm always going to feel that way of how do I do it all the things I want to do, but also get enough rest and not completely burn out and get shit done around the house. So this leads me into I'm trying to take the first week of December off because I never used my like PTO like I thought I would. I wanted to go back to Washington in November. So when I went in September, I didn't use any paid time off because I worked a couple days up there. It's like I'm only technically taking 3 days off, so I'm not going to use any. I'm going to save it up and use it all, go back up in November towards the end of the month, maybe even for Thanksgiving. And obviously, well, just here I am, didn't work as usual because money becomes such a thing. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking use it, but I'm just gonna stay home. And I'm not gonna worry about doing anything. I'm not taking it off so that I can spend every day getting rad. Like I am like, yes, I'm gonna spend all day at home, not procrastinating work, just not having to work. Like coming into the winter, we're shifting the shit that we have inside. I've got to get some summer stuff out of the way. And so I just feel like I completely need to reorganize and I need to be able to have time to be here in our tiny space. And, I just want to tear everything out and put it all back in a nice organized fashion. And I want to get some that will require also, probably getting some organizational tools and baskets and boxes. So I want to be able to have the time to actually go to Reno and get those things instead of per usual would like start to tear stuff apart and be like, oh, I need this, I need that, I need this, but I can't go to Reno today and now I work for the next 3 days. Then when I finally have the time, I've lost all the motivation and ideas. So yeah, I'm gonna have myself a little staycation.
Enjoy, my friend.
Hopefully. I mean, the time off has not been approved yet, but I think it will be. I was like, well, I'm not gonna wait, not gonna be an asshole and do it around the holidays. I'll try and just get it done the first week of December and get it out of the way and get some hopefully get a lot of shit done around here, feel accomplished about that and and yeah.
Get your poop in a group and stay at home.
Yeah, totally. It'll be nice. I had texted my mom, like, do you have any time off in December? Because I was gonna see like, if she did, maybe I could have her come down for a few days. Because I miss my mommy, but she doesn't have time off until I think she's taking the week of or after Christmas off or something. Because I know she wants to come down and it would just been easier with time off to be able to have her here instead of fight around a work schedule, which I know she doesn't care if I work and she just snuggles the dogs all day. But I'm like, but I do want to like hang out with you, spend time with you. So unfortunately, that didn't work out for her to come down. But like I said, I think it'll be much better for my headspace to just
be.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, have some time, not feeling rushed all day, but yeah.
Or like you're hosting or
yeah, besides that's a whole other thing too. I'm like, I don't know where she would stay, what we would do. Maybe just at Andrew's parents, they have a spare room, but I would also feel bad about leaving her. I would probably just stay with her down there. And then the dogs.
Yes.
So I don't know, but anyway, I hope she can come down soon.
Mom time. Would she drive or fly?
I would prefer that she flew at this time of the year, just not knowing how the weather will be anywhere down the road. She drove a couple years ago. Well, I drove down. I had flown up there and then we both drove down together and she drove home alone and it was fine, but I don't know. I don't know why. Sometimes we just treat her like a child and it's not nice that we do that.
You gotta look out for your mom.
I know.
And we all do it knowingly or unknowingly.
Yeah, there's some things that like I know why we do, and then there's other times that I'm like, I don't know why we act like you're incapable when I know like you are. And she would totally be able to take care of herself by calling the people like people. Like she wouldn't be out there changing a tire herself in a snowstorm or anything.
Yeah.
But
still it's just less of a, it's quicker, probably at this rate, cheaper.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. So I would definitely prefer that she just fly, not worry about it.
Lots of passes. I feel like there would be a lot of passes between.
I mean, there's definitely a couple good chunks that can get gnarly. And again, it just, with the weather that we have through Washington to here, can just be so sudden that, you can't look at the week ahead and like, okay, I'm going to be down there for 3 or 4 days and everything looks clear, because you just never know when something would come in at any place to just kind of get you stuck or not be prepared, because she's also not going to be putting chains on herself if she needed to. So because I love her and she's capable, but she's also very much like, no, your dad does that for me. And it's so funny because
really likes to get out of their warm car to put chains on the tires on the side of the freeway, but
it's just so funny because of like my mom's always been that way of like, oh no, your dad does this or does that, I don't touch it. And just because she doesn't want to, she doesn't have to. And I have always been so much more like just my dad's daughter for sure, of like I
can do it.
I'm gonna do it, I want to do it. And I don't know how it's just so funny, but that's why it's fine when me and my mom do something, then I'm like, okay, I can either do it myself or at least you have the money to call for help.
Exactly. And honestly, as our parents get older, it's like, I'd prefer that you called somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
Getting older.
Yeah. Well, what's been up with you guys? This last week. Was this last week the week that you worked the doubles?
Yeah, I worked 2 doubles last week. So I worked at one job and then the other, and I survived and it went well. And Friday night, Murray and I got some massages, and that was amazing because I was like, you know what? I worked some doubles this week and fuck it, treat yourself.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Has he ever done that?
No, never. It was his first one.
Oh my God,
ever. It was his first professional massage. And at first he was like really, really tensed. And then throughout, the woman was like, chill out, like just relax. But he was like, but she was rubbing my knots and it just hurts so bad that I had to tense up. And I was like,
right.
Been there. Was actually there at the same time as you, but
were you guys, was it like a couples massage, like you were in the same room?
Not in the same room, but we were both getting massaged at the same time.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Like there were curtains separating us.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So we were getting massaged at the same time and it was awesome. And he, like, at the end of the massage was just like a ball of melt, which is what you do at the end of a good massage.
Yeah.
Like, this is great and everything, but like, this is the worst part. I don't know if I could get up and move. You know what I mean? Like moving after a massage, he was like, can we, like, if we do this again, could we get someone to come to our house? And I was like, yeah, brilliant.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes. Murray. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's so fucking smart.
It's so awesome. I love when stuff like that happens and then like they just get on this, same page and enjoy it too, where you're like, hopefully he's hooked now too. And it's something that he wants to either like do for himself.
Yes.
And or have that be like, hey, let's go do this together because we both need it. It's gonna both benefit us. It could be just like such a little fun date idea of like, hey, let's not go have dinner and try and entertain each other for an hour. Let's just go fucking both get massage and then chill. So it's either plan your day, like go do it and then go get takeout and go home, or have someone come to you and then order food in or have dinner ready already. Like, wow, that's so awesome. That's awesome. I'm so stoked that he that he did it, because I
delved
just
into
feel like
self-care.
yeah, he needs to discover that part about himself.
More men do. That is for fact. Self-care,
Absolutely.
man. And then
Absolutely.
Saturday, I rode my bike to the farmer's market and stocked up on so much produce. And yeah,
That's awesome. There's how long are the farmers markets gonna go?
To close to the end of December.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All outside still?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised how late ours went, because it was getting cold. And I mean, at the time that the last couple I saw, there was definitely fewer vendors there,
Mm-hmm.
but they are wrapping up in October for sure.
Yeah.
I never really go to them. I always just forget and miss them, and I always wish I went more. But then now here, especially, it's so hard to keep fruits and vegetables. It's so fucking annoying. But
Yeah.
season of life is all, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a real freaking thing, man. I didn't even think that you guys had such a short window, but it's short.
It is short, because I couldn't tell you exactly when they start. Same thing when they start. It's, just a few vendors, because a lot of them come from a different area down the hill, where they probably have a little bit better weather or something, or have different markets. So it's like, why would you come up when it's 12 degrees in the morning and set up when like you don't have to, because you have other options or whatnot. So I think, I mean, they're, I don't know, May or June to October.
Yeah.
So
sounds about right. Ooh, I got a bunch of flower bulbs, so like tulips and stuff at half off. And so I've been planting a bunch of tulips for them to come up in the spring.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And I'm gonna like do a hillside at the property with a bunch of like alliums and other pretty bulbs.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That sounds
They're
very
like little
awesome.
firecrackers, but nature's little firecrackers in early spring.
Oh yeah, totally.
Some color.
Love it. I know. I can't wait to, okay, I can wait, because enjoying the process or whatever, but I until I can have a little space carved out where I could do some plants or something for food. I am just already just like, I just want a greenhouse, because I want to be able to do it year round, and not just for because this up here, I feel like this season will be even shorter because of the frost. So I just want, a greenhouse that I could have the basics and the stuff I've already tried to grow. But I want a little bit of landscaping, if you will, like a little flower patch, or some plants, some certain plants planted, but where or how that will look, I have no
I feel like
clue.
you guys would have to haul in some soil.
Well, no, it just depends on where it is. And that's why I'm like, I'd have my little slate patio or whatnot, and I don't know, succulent like bushes or whatever shit. Stuff that could handle snow loads anyways, but it really depends, because there is, some dirt like over here is like, oh, we'll be all rock, but then over here all of a sudden it's all dirt. So you really just don't know. So yeah, really, really just fucking depends, and it'll be a surprise.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's looking nice right now with a little bit of snow. The snow's melting pretty quick though. Maybe we'll get some more next week, but I don't think whatever's in the forecast is
gonna
much.
be enough.
Yeah, just maybe a little pass through or something. But again, not 100% ready. I would like it to keep layering like this, so we get a nice base going. But I'm in no shape at all to be able to be out there all day or huck it up a hill, but I guess there's no better way to get in shape than by doing the actual thing. But I would like to get a better workout routine going before the season is in full swing. But also the snowmobiles have to go into the shop and get some parts, and they don't even go in until December 8th. So, and I'm like, that's okay. Yeah, just keep dusting a little. I mean, we're not really used to it being like really full on until end of December anyways.
Yeah. Same here.
So
keep on coming. We're supposed to get some moisture tonight.
Oh, nice.
And then a little bit towards the end of the week too. So that's
yeah, ours is like Sunday night through Tuesday or something. So then maybe that's what you're getting is going to be coming down to us in those later days. Yeah. So wait, do you have a Crystal Pass?
No, but Becca said she could hook me up with a friends and family thing if I decide to go up there. I really want to try to get Quincy in the snow a little bit more. I think we are going to do a little trip either to White Pass or like Mount Rainier area and stay at a friend's house and have a little snow day up around there.
Fun.
But yeah, I really want to take him to White Pass.
That would be great. And well, what about the like Dave Hickey? Does he get his kids out? Because he's got what, a 5?
Not really. Hasn't yet. I feel it's just kind of hard when they're so little. Like I'm all for like getting them started and stuff, but it's just like so much more of an effort when they're tiny, little, like, oh, it's just diapers, changing diapers.
Yeah, all the props to those people who do that. Especially the people who don't just pass off their kid to ski team. Once they're old enough to do that, I get it. Yeah, then you get to go actually ski for yourself. But for the people who do it when they're too young for for those things, or just never put their kids in them and schlep them around and do it all themselves, I'm like, damn, more power to you. Like, I don't even know. Like, again, I'm just like, all the people who work and have kids at all, just the respect is out of this world these days with trying to just have dogs stay home alone. Like, good damn, man.
Yeah, it is insane. And I was talking to somebody and I was just like, I don't know what happened with like our parents' generation, but like being conscientious, I don't know, just the like wokeism, you know what I mean, of like our parents' generation and then their parents. And like, granted, we are of the generation where we have like technology at our hands and we can just look whatever up, and so knowledge is power and all that stuff. But like, I just feel like that there was like this huge disconnect, and I don't know if it's because like people, like life was harder and like, or people were just like busting out kids, so they didn't have time to be like I don't know.
You mean like the parents of our elder generations where there's more of a disconnect between the parents and the children?
Yeah, and parenting.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting that you say that because, well, I get what you're saying for sure. Because, yeah, I think it was just there was more of a purpose of like, oh, you have the kid because, well, that's what you're supposed to do. But the dad goes to work and isn't an active father, and the mom does everything. That was also the time of age, or the age of the era, rather, I guess, where a lot of wives and moms didn't work. The way the economy was more forgiving to have a single income. So that's why the mom did take on all those responsibilities. But as I say that, that's just what a certain class could have, right? Like, we don't 100%. Really know. I mean, that's what the American dream kind of was. The goal is like, oh, here you start your family, dad works, goes to the golf or whatever, and the mom stays home and does everything. But there was still large percentages of the population that did not live to that standard, that could not afford to have one parent at home. But in those days, it was just so taboo to have the mom work too.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's where a lot of, but even so, parenting was just different. There's the parent and there's the kid. You just listen. You don't have a relationship with the kid, and there's a fine line between that. Even so, right, of being like a parent or versus a friend, or like how do you have not just a disciplinary relationship with your kid and a mother child relationship, like so I think things have changed a lot on those aspects, and especially with both parents being involved.
Also, women weren't really welcome in workspaces.
True. Yep. 100%.
We're not common. It wasn't common to see a woman in a workspace.
I mean, look how hard it still is in certain roles and places and spaces to get the same amount of respect, whether that's respect from other people that you work with, or your wage, or like people being like looking at you when they hear what you do, like, oh, how's that
your job application.
It was just funny about, I've thought several times when I put in applications of, and then people call me and they hear like, oh, it's Taryn. I'm like, yeah, this is her. They're, oh, like, oh yeah, ambiguous name, huh? You had no fucking clue.
Like, this is she.
Yes, yeah. I like that sometimes, but there's definitely a big change in the, again, it's with parenting. It's like there's more talking to the kid, having a conversation, whereas even like talking to my mom, she'll make comments of like, no, you don't negotiate with a kid, or you don't talk to him or ask him this or that. It's like you tell them this or you tell them that. And I always laugh at her. I'm like, Mom, please, like, you did not do that to us. Like, quit trying to sound tough. Like, but I mean, I know when I pushed my mom's buttons and when I pushed them too far, and I never wanted to. I knew it's like, oh fuck, too far, can't backpedal now. But she had a very high tolerance for things. So it was still pretty hard to make her like blow her top. But again, I'm like, and that's why I'm like, you trying to sound tough. Like, no, you didn't negotiate with us or something like anything like that, but you let us push you like way too far. So that's, not really any hierarchy there. But it's, there's so much more research out there about how fucked up some kids are because of the standard or normal like disciplinary actions. Which, I mean, I don't think anything in my childhood was like discipline wise was insanely messed up that I'm so fucked up from it or anything. Everything happens to people, right?
And everybody picks up traumas through different scenarios. Like what may have been very traumatic for you may have not been very traumatic for someone who was in the same situation at that time. Like,
of course,
our own traumas as we walk through this life.
Exactly. And that's like, at the very surface level of things. I'm not talking about any kind of major abuse or anything like that. That's a whole nother crazy crazy thing that luckily I've never had to deal with or anything, but even things that I did go through for someone else could have been very, very traumatic. Even between me and my brother, our childhoods are viewed very, very differently. And it could be also like the age difference, and that at the time of certain things happening, he had a different understanding of them than I did. Just so many different things, and just being different people, understanding things differently, taking things differently. Everyone does. So it's just a crazy world. And how can you even know like the right way? Even if you're just sitting there talking to your kid and not getting mad at them ever, you're like, oh, sure hope they turn out to be good and don't just like now they just take everyone's like they're just assholes now because they never got like the same discipline that I got or something. I talked them to death. Like now they think they can talk their way out of everything or something. Like you just never fucking know how anyone's gonna react to anything. So it's all just a crapshoot, right?
Yeah, it really is.
It's just the same as again having a dog. You never know if this dog's gonna listen, be good, like other dogs. You don't know if your kid's gonna listen or like other kids.
Yeah, for real. Be social, be antisocial.
Be an asshole.
Shy. Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Oh, a roll of the old dice, man.
It sure as heck is. Well, anyways, I think my rambling should probably just stop now. But so we do have hopefully Cherie come in to talk as long as we can all like nothing changes last minute. Because I'd realized like, oh shit, I actually fucking work next Monday, the first Monday I've worked in who knows how long. I look at the calendar, I'm like, wait, what? Oh my god. Like seriously, I work on a fucking Monday.
Yeah.
So we will hopefully be able to get together through a Zoom on Tuesday, the 29th, and learn some shit about Ayurvedic medicine.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll be exciting because we've had Nikki and Hillary on, and they were just, awesome. A casual convo or just talking about life. So this one will, I think, be fun because it will be like learning about something.
Informative.
Yes, informative. Educational and fun because she's a friend too that we get to chat with and catch up with, and you guys get to actually finally
into a face.
meet, but I'm excited to kind of do that. So if anybody listening does listen to this before that happens and has any questions that they would about Ayurveda that they want answered, I mean, shoot us a message via the socials or the email, which is all that information
by a professional.
Yeah, your question can be asked live. No. Not quite live, but yeah. And so same goes for you. If there's anything you want to know specifically about it, we'll have the time to ask her. Yeah. We could send her some
very blindly. That way I will be very excited to ask.
Yeah. Totally. That's kind of how I'm going too. And I know a tiny bit about it, but tiny bit, and it was from her when she first got into it and started going to school and stuff. Is how I started kind of reading a little bit about some things, but very excited to open that topic back up and learn more about it. And then I'll be super pumped for a week and I'll do all the right things, and then I'll fall back to eating Twinkies and chips or something. I haven't had a Twinkie in a very long time.
My weakness lately, those fucking blizzards, man.
I had a milkshake from Jack in the Box the other day. And this was the first time in a very long time that we did that, and I no regrets.
Yeah, baby.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But it's been a bad week of just throwing down on sugar. So I gotta get my shit together. I've been working with my friend who is a bad influence of we eat candy in the afternoon because we're busy, and like Ty, we're like, oh my god, we need to go next door. We need our fix, Sure. And so then there's always been some around at work. I'm like, all right, gotta get this shit dialed and get it together. But anyway, yeah, so that wraps it up for me.
Same.
I'm so tired now.
Yes. Well, until next time.
Yes. All right. I love you, and I will talk to you very soon.
Yes, I love you too.
Okay. All right. Goodbye, internet world.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode and would do us a huge favor, since we don't have any sponsors or anything like that, and would rate and review us on whatever platform it is you use, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, whatever it is. And if you're listening and downloading just through the website, tearingituppodcast.com, leave comments. We'll definitely engage back with you. And on social media right now, we're just on Instagram. Tearing It Up Podcast is the handle. Like the post, share the post, comment on the post, whatever it is you got. Show us your love so we just stay relevant and show up in the rankings at all. So again, rate and review, please, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.